This is Julien, and I'm here in, can you guess? Amsterdam. And in this video, we're going to get spiritual, we're going to go deep, we're going to get nuanced on what it means to realize abundance, to be enough, to be enlightened. Enjoy. The whole process of letting go isn't just doing nothing. It's letting go of trying to find yourself in the external. It's letting go of attaching your self-worth to all of these external things. People's opinions, success, my goal, my achievements, money, status, validation. Like we try to attach our self-worth to that. No. Your self-worth is, I'm enough for no reason at all, just 'cause. Because you can't be enough if there's a requirement or a condition that comes before that. And this is big. If you think you're enough if this happens, once this happens, you'll never be enough. Because then it means that by default, you're not enough, because you need that to happen for you to be enough. This is a head trip, but if it sinks in, it'll change your fucking life. You can't be enough if it comes after something. Because then it means that before that thing, you're not enough. So you're not enough. Make sense? Okay. So that means detach your self-worth from everything. It doesn't matter whether you succeed or fail. You're still enough. It doesn't matter if you have a partner or you're alone. You're still enough. It doesn't matter if you make millions or you're broke as shit. You're still enough. It doesn't matter if you're happy or sad. You're still enough. You're enough. That's it. Just 'cause. And the journey there to realize that, because here's what we think, I'm not enough, and I'm going to work on being enough. It's kind of flipping it around like I said before. It's, I am enough. Let's let go of all the stuff that's telling me I'm not enough. Okay, yes?
Yes. So if you're already happy, if you're already happy, then what drives you?
Inspiration, baby. You'll just notice you won't be inspired to do nothing. Just because you're enough doesn't mean you don't take action in this world. And I guess I'll give you my little spiel here of enlightenment. Do you want to know what Daddy's view of enlightenment is? Here's me becoming enlightened right now. Whoa. Do you feel that? Whoa. People. Oh, I can't put this into words. Oh my, it's happening now. I knew I was going to joke. It's happening now, for real. Do you not feel, it's so beautiful. It's beyond words, everyone. It's beyond, I'm the conductor. I'm the, yeah, total, so dickish. This is what we think enlightenment is. I know, it's a very, trust me, I put this out in a video, everyone's like, he's enlightened. No. Now, it depends what you label as enlightenment. People will have like those kind of like experiences of being in like a higher state where you're just like, holy shit. You know, I experience this at every Transformation Mastery live event, especially towards the end when people are sharing stuff. I am so fucking present. I'm in such a high, like just grateful state. It's insane. However, that's not the goal. Okay? Enlightenment, and I call this like abundance, if you will, doesn't have an opposite. Enlightenment is a state of non-resistance. You might have heard this before, of non-duality, where you just embrace and welcome everything. It can't have an opposite. If you think this is enlightenment and this is non-enlightenment, you're viewing it the wrong way. Because as soon as you're here, you're going to fear dropping back to this. So you can't fully feel at ease and at peace because there's resistance to not being enlightened. You can't be enlightened if you're resisting not being enlightened. Make sense? Enlightenment is a feeling of just being okay with everything. Similar to what I used to teach in Success with Women with state. People heard this. When you're in state, you're so attractive, you just kill it, man. and everyone wants to be in state, and then they resist being out of state. But that's the wrong interpretation of what state is. People think when they're high energy and just like very loud, that's state. And then as soon as they're a little, say a little bit more quieter, a little tired, they're like, fuck, I'm out of state. And then what fucks them is their resistance to this, because then they feel bad about being out of state, which brings them even worse, even further down. And then they feel bad about feeling bad about being out of state, and feeling bad about feeling bad about feeling bad about being out of state. And it's endless. If you were okay being out of state, you'd be in state. If you're out of state, say you're like, oh my God, I'm in my head, I'm nervous, etc., and you saw me appear, and I told you like, dude, fuck everything you've heard before. Right now, that's when you're the most attractive. People love it when you're out of state. That's the most attractive state to be in, is when you're just out of it, when you're shy, when you're sad. That's the shit. What's going to happen? Now you're no longer going to resist it. You're going to be like, oh, I'm a little shy. Fuck yeah! And you're in state. Change the label. And it's the same, by the way, with all emotions. We're so attached to running away from feeling sad, feeling angry, being afraid. But no, that's part of who we are, and we're so attached to being happy all the time, positive all the time, but that's not natural. If you just embraced it all, you'd feel amazing. If someone told you, dude, feeling sad is the shit, and all the videos you've seen on YouTube up until this day I've been telling you, feeling sad is the shit, you'd be happy. You're like, I'm sad. Feeling angry is the shit, everyone. You get mad. You're like, fuck yeah. Your experience of it would change. Right? That's enlightenment. It's not, I want to be up here, I'm resisting being down here. It's, I'm okay with whatever's there. And then you just ride the roller coaster, the experience that is life, welcoming it all. What fucks us is our resistance and our attachment. Again, this goes back to like Buddhism. No aversions, no attachments. We have that list of good emotions, happy, positive, etc., enthusiastic, and then there's a list of bad emotions, angry, etc. Now, all of these emotions are part of us. And they're going to happen, no matter what. You're human. And you should be afraid, get angry at times. That sends a lot of valuable data to your mind. If you're never afraid, you'd be dead. Yep. Okay? It makes sense to experience fear. The difference is, do you experience it, take the data, and move on, and just embrace what comes next and let go of it? Or do you hang on to it, perhaps by resisting it? I'm sure you've heard that saying, whatever you resist persists, and then it runs you. And instead of just being a temporary emotion with data, it becomes a permanent state that you're stuck in. Okay? So instead of trying to be this, by being attached to this side and resisting this side, and being swung back and forth, embrace it all. And that's enlightenment. The opposite is apathy, where you resist it all. You're like, you know what, fuck feeling happy. At least I won't feel sad. I just won't feel at all. Okay? Now, once you're in this state of embracing everything, and once more, all of us, my view, all of us are already enlightened, we just don't realize it. You still act in the real world, as you asked. And the best way to understand this is to think of a video game like Grand Theft Auto, GTA. You guys know that game? Just a few people? No one knows that game? Really? You should know this game, so speak up. What the fuck? Okay? So, here's the GTA game. Here's your character running around in the GTA world. Here is you. Sitting here, playing the game, running around in the world. Now, there are two perspectives here. There's the perspective of the character and the perspective of the player. The character in this game, his self-worth is extremely attached to what's going on. If he goes from level 1, or she goes, or whatever goes, from level 1 to level 2, the self-worth increases. They're stronger. They have more skills, etc., etc. Like, they're extremely attached to that. They're extremely attached to things going well, the mission succeeding, etc., or they're fucked. For you, the player, you're still playing the game. You're going through the same missions, same emotions as the character, but your experience of them changes. You don't feel the same type of fear the character feels. You still experience fear when shit's tense, but you know that no matter what happens here, you're enough, you're okay. Enlightenment is switching perspectives away from the character to being the player. And then living life knowing that you're a player and embracing whatever comes. Easier said than done, but that's enlightenment. And that doesn't mean you stop playing. You have the fucking control. That doesn't mean put the controller down. You're still playing, but your experience of yourself, your experience of the world changes. That's enlightenment. Okay? It's not just sit down, put the controller down, meditate in a cave. You're still partaking in life. But shit's good. And we all have this, except we forget it because we're sucked into this. Okay? And this is what most spiritual teachings point to. Let go of identifying and trying to find yourself in the external, in the game. Zoom out. This is Julien, and welcome to Transformation Master.
It was fucking amazing.
This was huge for me. This was so important.
This gave me by far the greatest epiphanies I've ever had.
It just made me finally confront my deepest fears.
And we got real deep, and I found some issues within myself. One of the best things I've seen so far in my life.
What you're about to experience going through this program is what completely changed my life on every single level. Okay, be it health, wealth, relationships, higher purpose, you name it. This is the stuff that finally produced that true, long-lasting personal transformation we're all after.